Okay, back with some more Zenless Zone Zero, and we recently, not long ago, did the Soldier Zero and B stuff, and I already gave my general thoughts on that. You can see how all that went in the playthrough. However, we still have the trigger stuff, which originally I wanted to do yesterday, but didn't have enough time to do it, so I kind of just did a bunch of other stuff instead. And before I do it, I have Corin emailing me, so let's see what she said. I did something really terrible today. It was really bad. Should probably tell Mr. Lycon I'm resigning tomorrow, but I don't want to leave everyone. What should I do? It can't be that bad. What happened? It's all my fault. Yesterday, just before closing, everyone suddenly started discussing a movie called Back to Life. Miss Ellen asked me if I'd seen it, and since everyone seemed to be so enthusiastic about it, I told a huge lie, but all lies always get found out. Everyone will realize that I'm a terrible person. I haven't seen Back to Life. If you watch it, it won't be a lie anymore. If you watch it, it won't be a lie anymore. Just go watch it. Then you won't need to resign. Can I really do that? I'll find the tape, don't worry. Thank you so much, Proxy. Okay, so it was just a videotape pickup. Sorry to bother you, Master. Did you manage to find the tape? Of course, Karen, you don't have to resign. Did I call her Karen? Corin. That's great. If Master Proxy has time, I'd like to watch the movie as soon as possible. I won't ever lie again. And there's the problem, of course. There's waiting for her to show up and get it. Oh, it's Ambi. Ah, it's you. What a coincidence. I happen to be here to return the videotape I borrowed last time. How's your store been doing lately? Everything going smoothie? Smooth sailing. That's good to hear. By the way, the movie you recommended to me last time was really interesting. I'm sure the customers must all love this place. It'd be great if you could keep running it forever. We'll keep it running. I believe in you. You chat with Annabelle about some stuff and related to the video store. Turns out she really likes random play, and it leaves you with a newfound sense of responsibility and purpose. I'm gonna add purpose in. Maybe this store is so special because of you. Aww. Same goes for you too, Ambi. I love you. Ugh, I sound silly. I had a flirtatious comeback and I lost it.
Cup of coffee isn't just for the early birds.
Yes, Tin Man.
You know, coffee is not a must, but a calm and relaxed.
I really wish there was a setting to tell him to shut up. Like, we get it, man. You love coffee. You love making coffee. I like coffee, too. I don't need to hear it all the time. Billy's in here.
Good evening. How about winding down with some games after a busy day?
Oh, normally Billy would be right here, but he's not. Ah, that was my fault. Okay, so the red arrow one is to slow me down. Okay.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
What a coincidence running into you here, manager. Didn't expect to see you here, or I wouldn't have asked you to play with me. By the way, something weird is happening today. I don't know why, but lately I kept losing whenever I play against Nicole and the others. It's almost like a curse. But then when I'm done, and at the arcade or playing online with other people, I'm pretty good. Definitely, maybe your console's broken. Definitely sounds like a curse. Think so too, huh? Played with you before. Wasn't I good? You were incredible, Billy. I knew you'd have an objective opinion, manager. I think he's losing to Nicole because Nicole is actually good at the game. Better than him, even. You run to Billy, spend some time chatting about online games. Given what he said, seems really like he's been cursed to lose lately. You should come by the agency and play with us sometime. Yeah, I think Nicole is just much better at that game than he is, and he loses to her because of it. That's just something I'm going to assume. Because that's the most logical sense to me. Like, he's great against everyone else, but then when he plays against her, she's better than him. That's what I'm thinking. She's just better at the game than he is. Here's Inky. Okay, so he didn't say he was hungry this time. You will look forward a couple steps and a little black cap leads onto the floor to lie down, even revealing its soft underbelly. Looks like it wants you to stroke it. Aw, he wanted to be pet. Hence why he's acting cute. Yeah, if a cat shows off its belly, which is its most unprotected part of itself, it means it trusts you. Aww. Cutie. This is better than Pookie and Monster Hunter. I hate that pig. Because it just looks so strange compared to everything else. Seriously, the Poogie pig in Monster Hunter always looks so silly to me by comparison to everything else. Because it looks so cartoonishly simple compared to all the other animals in the game. It looks like the frickin' pig character from Seven Deadly Sins, except it came first. Okay, what's going on at the construction yard? Looks like it's Ben again. Seems like everyone at Bellabog is talking about work. Let's wait for them to finish chatting. Present, this month's expenses presents quite a serious problem. This month we've gone through 74.35% of the total budget. That's a 29.35% year-on-year increase. And it's only just the beginning of this month. If someone's throwing a money around again, who? Yeah, who is doing that? Grace, half the bill is related to your job. Oh, but those are all necessary lab expenses. I'm certainly not in the habit of wasting money. But we've been blowing the budget for months now. I believe that is an extremely serious issue. If this continues, it may impact the company's cash flow. In any case, there's no way I can cut any of our lab expenses. And my children bring a lot of profit to the company. What do you say, Sweet Pea? You have a point, Grace. We shouldn't be saving on crucial research expenses, but we're not that short on funds, are we? However, expenses running into the red sure is a problem, though. Let me think about how we can save costs in other areas. The two stalwarts of the company, one big and one small, turned to leave without a hint of anger in their step, leaving Ben the Bear behind at the scene, his face a tapestry of anxiety and worry. Yeah. Sorry, that was Dad. Oh, it's you, Mr. Proxy. I'm sorry. I was too busy to say hi to you. While being generous isn't a sin, we are trying to run a business here, aren't we? Which one do I want to do? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm honest to God not sure if one is better than the other, so hold on a second. Then trust answers. Okay, which one? Okay, so it doesn't matter in this case. Alright. Grace is really important to Kaleda. Well, when those two are bickering, I end up feeling more uncomfortable than either of them. But to some degree, you always have to think about your wallet. So it didn't matter. And Anton's in Lumina Square. Don't know where. He's right over here. Really need to pay more attention to your health, Proxy. Just found out Hollister more than just cause corruption. Didn't I do this one already? I thought you were built out of concrete, Anton. I'll take that as a compliment. They say pain is proof of training. While it's certainly true, sometimes too much pain can get in the way of doing work. Ben suggested I stick to easy tasks first, but I'm worried about keeping the project on schedule. Maybe try Johnson's special meds? See, I read about the pharmacy online. Seems like I've come to the right place. I trust you more than search engine proxy. I already did the massage, so let's see what the pharmacy does. You go into the doctor's guide to help Anton pick an effective medication. Even a body as tough as concrete still needs care. Thanks, proxy. Don't worry, in a few days my body will be as good as new. Still got work to do. Gotta head back to the construction site now. Catch you later. Okay. Wait, what? Find Anton. Oh, and a new quest line for him, eh? Well, let's see. It's not what I wanted to do, but we might as well do it. At the construction site, looking a little strange. Stranger than usual, I guess. Okay, no dialogue, so choices. Anton appears to be sleeping. Sleeping? His eyes are wide open. That's right, in the middle of a noisy construction site, standing up. Oh, so he's sleeping with his eyes open. Okay. But he's blinking. Wake him up gently. Bro? No. What are you doing here? How'd you even fall asleep like that? Did I fall asleep? I fell asleep. Awesome. So that was just a dream. Just had a horrible nightmare. I dreamed that my bro left me. His huge wings shot out of its shiny back. This white flower bloomed out of his pointed tip, and he was speaking to me in a gravely death metal voice. Goodbye, my good bro. I can only go so far with you. Bro, don't go. I can't go on without you. Is your bro okay? Yeah, bro's still here. That's awesome. So, can you do me a solid? I was yelling so much then, I'm kind of thirsty right now. Could you please bring me a bottle of water? Should be still upstairs in the company break room. I'm still grieving for the loss of my bro, and I can't bring myself to move just yet. Thank you. Okay, bad dreams and dehydration. Several bottles inside the red box that can't make out what the labels say. Take two. You take out 2 bottles. A passing by worker bear greets you before fixing his eyes on the 2 bottles of water in your hands. Saying nothing, he takes a bottle and simply leaves. Why is there a bear randomly sitting right here? Well, I took 2 because what if it was like both of them were different and I got the wrong one? Anton seems to be muttering to himself. I know there's no point in looking back on that now. I just thought I'd forgotten about all that. So quiet here. Too quiet. Say something. Anything. I'm not used to it being so quiet. Are you sleep talking again? Yeah, I was sleep talking. Sleep talking while I chatted with my bro. We need to chat more as it straightens our relationship. Otherwise, if we ever get separated, it'd be too late to say goodbye. Hand him the water. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I feel much better after some water. I'm lucky to have you here. Are you really okay, though? I'm fine. Of course I am. Just a few things from my past. Alright, about time for me to go back to work. Break time on construction site is never enough. Appreciate your concern, buddy. We'll talk again when we get the chance. Okay, that raised his trust level. Okay, we got that. Well, nothing's going on, so I think what I'm gonna do is start the trigger stuff. Get that over with.
Have you had dinner yet? A full stomach ensures a good night's sleep. Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Alright, so we did Soldier 0 and B, both the story and warm-up rounds. Now for Triggers and her story and special stuff. Yes, 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 do it. Do it. Out of sight. Whispers from beyond the river dwell in her eyes. This is a story that took place in the past. A story of a rookie proxy named Faithin who meets a young lady at a crossroads of fate. Wait a minute. So, wait, Wise and Trigger met before? Wise, we've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many Internaut commissions have we taken these past few days? We're still newbies, so you know how it is. I see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store business from scratch. It'll take time. Been busy managing the store, so thanks for handling the Internaut side of things, Wise. Living together in this cozy little home is already much better than our life right after leaving the academy. As long as we gradually build a reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Wise, let's take it slow. Yeah, but I still want to take on some commissions. I knew you'd say that, but this worry will be solved soon. Actually, I saw how hard you've been working to find commissions, so these past few days I've been searching... Hold on a second. I turned off... My YouTube's gone. Okay. I knew you'd say that, but this worry will be solved soon, actually. I saw how hard you've been working to find commissions, so these past few days I've also been searching on Internaut for an intelligence broker who can find commissions for us. If we can establish a long-term partnership with such a professional intelligence broker, we won't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. Don't worry, I deserve a little praise. Don't I deserve a little praise? Good job. I read that wrong. And today I've arranged to meet him at the store. He should be here soon. At that moment, sudden knocking comes from the door. It's probably Shepard, isn't it? That must be him. Wise, let's go and talk to him. Maybe the first commission we work on with him will give us a totally awesome surprise. So this was when they just started setting up shop. As the front doors open, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there's still something slightly off about him. Yup, it is Shepard, in his Joker shirt and all. Wise, let me introduce you, his Joker suit and tie and all. Wise, let me introduce you to this professional intelligence broker I found on the internet. Nice to meet you both. You can call me Shepard. I'm glad you two chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out this line of work? Nice to meet you. We haven't been in the business for too long. I understand it's normal for rookie proxies like you two to have a hard time finding commissions, but please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes. Your name is Faithin, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We're great at any commission. What an energetic response. These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. Well, we'll find a way to handle it. You'll soon see our abilities in action through the actual commission. Actual commission, huh? Well then, I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as the perfect starting point for your partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with Shepard to discuss things in detail.
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
With all due respect to the client, a proxy's role is to guide people through the hollows. Is it worth hiring a proxy for a commission that doesn't even involve going into one?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
All right, you've sold me. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Shepard nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pocket: a harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. Wait a minute, that's Trigger. Blindfold, long blonde hair, dark gray black jacket that part of the color scheme of her uniform. A somewhat aged photograph, though the image remains fairly clear. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against a wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter to pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness. Aww.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Wait, just a photo? That's barely a clue. No name? No background? Not even her usual haunts? And what's up with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
Finding someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Got any ideas, Wise?
Let's go to Port Helpus and look for clues.
Maybe we should check Port Elpis. Women with their eyes covered aren't exactly that common. Remember when we visited the sea a while back? I think we saw someone who fit that description. Remember? You were in a bad mood, so we went to the sea to clear our heads. We even bought some fries, but you got distracted by a woman passing by with her eyes covered, and the seagull took the fries right out of your hand.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I remember. She did look a lot like the woman in the photo. And I was just curious, all right? She stood out. How was I supposed to know the seagulls there were so aggressive? Anyway, it's an unexpected lead. Let's check out the port and see if we can dig anything up.
Port Elpis. Oh, look at that moving van. Stuff is heavy. You'd really love a drink, bang, boo, Denny's stuff, blah, blah, blah. The boxes of stuff that still that weren't put away even back then. Why is we here? Now let's find this guy. Don't you mean girl? However, we saw that girl a week ago, and I don't know if she's actually the person we're looking for. Even if she is, who knows whether she's still at the port or not. Let's look around for clues first. Alright, since we don't have any other leads, we might as well. I'll try hacking the cameras here to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Wise, take the photo and ask the locals and passerbys around here. Fee. Welcome to Tater King. Our fries and hot dog combo is a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? The seagull seems to be enjoying it. Have you seen this person? I remember seeing this girl from before. When exactly? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months I'll see her wandering around this area, but I've never spoken to her and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around her, so I don't really know much about her background. So she hasn't been around recently? Don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? Can keep an eye out for you. Alright, thanks. By the way, would you like fries? The seagulls here always try to steal the fries. Alright then. The gulls have been too active. Those gulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative impact on the sales of our fries? Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. Oh, they got way too comfortable. Huh. Oh wait, there's still more. You know, I've always liked these houses made out of containers. I don't know why. Just seems interesting to me. The room upstairs, someone must be living here, right? Blindfolded woman appeared around the port. Maybe whoever lives here has seen her. Silence, but there seems to be some kind of noise inside. Knock on the door again. Who? Excuse me, have you seen this person? Who? Let me see. Door opens slightly. I carefully hand the photo over, and within 3 seconds, the person returns it. Never seen. Disappear. In the end, everyone will disappear, including me. Door shuts, and who was that? What was that about? Okay, so okay, perhaps, like Reno something. Pair of eyes quietly watching you from behind. Aside from the drifting sea breezes, nothing else is on the terrace. Eyes are gone. Okay, some creepy person living in the house, and he doesn't seem to come out for some reason. Climb the lighthouse and overlook the port. Maybe we'll spot the blindfolded woman. Just as you're about to try opening the door, leaning to the edge of the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. Hey, what do you think you're doing? This lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, I didn't know. If I hadn't shown up, you would have just gone straight in, wouldn't ye? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. Something happened to you, who would take responsibility? Yep, McDunn, he's the guy with the submarine treasure that he had hidden for years. He was part of that whole heist or something. Besides, what do you need to go up the lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance, but I don't remember seeing her before. I think she might have been here before. Lighthouse. I usually keep 2 around the lighthouse. If she was on the dock's walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. Alright, thanks. Asked a few people, but none of the clues seemed particularly useful. Should head back and discuss our progress with Belle.
I've got nothing. How about you, Wise?
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port. But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica? I'm not sure what good it'll do, but if it doesn't work, we'll just buy some fries and head back home.
There were 2 other stuff down in the port, but I guess there was only a certain amount that I needed to talk to.
I agree. Playing the harmonica and buying fries, both are officially your job now.
I guess there's no saying no to you. Fine. But just so you know, I'm not good at it. So don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
Pull out the harmonica and glancing at the sheet music, see a melody you've never heard before. Taking a deep breath, you let the notes flow and start to play. It was pretty accurate. Whatever you think, it sounded good at least. Music continues for half a minute.
That was pretty painful. And it didn't do a thing. Let's just grab some fries and call it a day.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Well, look who showed up.
Sorry for my brother making a bit of a ruckus. We'll just... Wait. You're...
Yep, but she's already in uniform.
You're the person in the photo. When did you... I didn't even hear any footsteps.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Belle shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise. But now what? Let's bring her back home.
Actually, we're proxies. The song was given to us by our client. We didn't expect it to help us find you. Our client is looking for you, you see. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Why don't we head back to the store?
So Trigger and Phaethon do go back far earlier than I was led to believe, because I remember, we heard Trigger over the radio originally way back when we started playing around with Soldier 11 and her stuff. And then half a year later, we get Trigger. So it's like, okay. And turns out they knew Trigger even well ahead of time.
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time. But I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
Yup. We established that in the Anby stuff, where that was her prior code name before it became Trigger. Charon the Ferryman. Sniper, bullet with your name on it, like the song from Saxon. Sea of Life. Good song. Really like it. You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit of info of your fledgling. You introduce yourselves and share a bit of your fledgling proxy business.
Miss Charon, I've already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here, it shouldn't be long before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch. I'll grab you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, The second row from the top on your TV wall. Third unit from the left. It has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
Let me see. You're right. How did you pick up on that? I thought there was some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp.
In other words, she's Daredevil. With a gun.
I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
By the way, I like how the little lights on her visor change colors depending on her mood.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you two should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
Subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others, and there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from outside the shop.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
Client didn't come with,
I didn't expect things to move so quickly either, but it's nothing, really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Kieran here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today. Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
From what you're saying, it sounds like the client ran into some kind of trouble tied to the hollow. But we can't jump to conclusions just yet.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Air Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the hollow. You can trust in my combat skills. The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them. As for getting into the hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me. I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
We're just as eager to find the client. After all, no client, no payment. Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety. Well, since Miss Charon wants to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. Just leave it to us, Shepard.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the hollow, and be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
Don't worry about it. Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just sit back and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
Okay. Proxy, may I call you that? Of course. Thank you for accepting my request. This is probably your first time taking on a commission in the hall that might involve combat. I'll do my best to protect you. Actually, I don't need to in person. You mean you can attach your consciousness to a bamboo? Impressive technology. Never heard of anyone being able to do something like that before, but even if you're a bamboo, I will protect you. You responded to my request, so this is my duty. Cool. Wise, the vibe Charon gives off, it reminds me of our own past. Yeah, I feel the same way. Maybe this is fate. Let's help her fulfill her wish to find that person. We can't just leave her be. Okay, so Charon / Trigger was the first combat one they ever did.
Awaiting further ready. I am the Eye of Obel.
What's funny is Ether and Ice.
Awaiting. Is it standing by? Nothing to fear.
That's funny. Even though this takes place in the past, I can still take Nicole and Tsukaku along. That's funny. Very frickin' funny. A little bit of time and space botchery going on right here.
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the hollow route. Please wait a moment.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
Oh, why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating a path doesn't take that long.
It'd be more efficient to retrace a path I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy. Yeah. Adjusting for wind. That was easy. Right around here. I wasn't here too long ago. One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions and reconstruction.
You wanna play with me?
Holding position.
That's why each time we enter, we need the most up-to-date carrot.
I can also become an Asura!
You're not lost because you can't remember.
Adjusting for wind.
After you left the hollow, spatial distortion occurred. That's why.
You're gonna get dizzy!
Take a shot. Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
It's no trouble. There's a fissure nearby. We can use it to get back on the right path. Let me lead the way from here on out.
Dialogue's going a little slow.
By the way, Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight? Is it because of your exceptional hearing and tactile senses?
Nice sneakers.
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric fluctuations of nearby humans, ethereals, and other objects. I call this ability ether vision.
By the way,
Confirmed. Let's keep moving.
That's quite the ability. Given your combat style, those eyes must come in handy on the battlefield, huh?
That may be so.
I noticed that there's a giant bayonet attached to the rifle. Kinda feels weird that it's not able to be used in combat. It's just folded there for display.
Let me give you a little treat. Like,
I'll pierce right through. Fire support ready.
Wait, something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground. It smells like blood.
Uh-oh. But yeah, from what I can tell, Trigger doesn't use the bayonet in her rifle, so it seems kind of wasteful that it's even there. Woman and a dude. A man and a woman lie collapsed on the ground with an unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Following the source of the scent, you see bullet holes on their bodies. No signs of breathing. Heartbeats and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death probably within the last 1 or 2 hours, just before we entered the Hollow. Which means this isn't just a case of losing contact with our client. Someone's been killing people in this Hollow. Though I don't sense a killer nearby right now, there's still a chance they're active members somewhere in the Hollow. Proxy, don't stray from my side. I'll keep you safe. Those two. I really want to take their bodies out of the Hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Proxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back to retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry, the ground must be cold. May you rest in peace.
What could have happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me. Proxy, stay vigilant and get behind me. The killer may still be nearby. They seem to have no qualms when it comes to killing. Let's press onward. I feel there may be more victims, and... I hope nothing's happened to the client. Recalibrating. Increase firepower.
Wait. Never mind. She does use the blade. Although it almost doesn't look like it because the energy is coming out of the end of the barrel of the gun. But no. Nope. And the fact that the blade is folded makes it look even weirder. So I want to say she is technically using the bayonet. It just doesn't look like it because of the fact that it's still folded. Then again, it is possible it's just energy coming out of the gun, like how some of the beam rifles in Gundam actually double as makeshift beam swords themselves.
Surrounding ether levels have increased significantly. What's going on? Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether. As soon as the valve is opened, the ether will flow out at a fixed rate.
Hey, you wanna play with me?
Time to...
Such high ether concentrations will make the nearby ethereals more active and cause more to show up.
You're in my sight.
Let me try. Here we go!
Charon, it'll be dangerous if we keep moving forward.
Adjusting for wind. Understood. These storage tanks are high-risk items manufactured by military-industrial companies. They're rare, even on the black market.
Kaku's here!
Several of these storage tanks appearing in the hollow is a clear sign that our opposition has malicious intentions. Supporting position. Let's find a suitable sniping position and disable those ether storage tanks along any mission-critical paths. My ether vision ability is perfect for dealing with such ether-laden objects. Copy. Let's take care of these leaking tanks to lessen the threat of ethereals on our path. Then we can proceed.
Press R2 for a single shot. When a blue flash appears on the muzzle, you can perform another single shot. Otherwise, rapid fire will be triggered. Hold R2 for rapid fire. Press L2 to target a distant ether container. I'm trying to do it. It won't do it. Oh, I got it.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
Well, that was weird.
Wait. Charon, I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Uh-oh. Dead life forms.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive.
Never mind.
I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact the hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out her harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's the song recorded on the client's sheet music. As the harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever. Uh-oh.
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now is one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place. What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here. Follow me.
Well, that was a quick one. Only felt long because of all the dialogue that was kind of weirdly paced. I'm honestly debating whether or not I want to sink any more master tapes into trying to pull for UN when other characters are about to show up. I don't know, honestly. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of the Ballet Twins Road. Proxy, let's take a short break here. The area around the Twins has been abandoned due to the Hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it a perfect place for conversation. Those 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Could one of them be the client? Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator. And to be honest, I think they might. No, it's probably just my imagination. I'll gather the information from them first. Thank you. Mark. Leanne, oh, this is all different. This wasn't here previously. Introverted and stern woman. And they're both cuties, too. Take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. I still feel like I'm going to throw up. Fear that someone's still trying to shoot me. It just won't go away. Are you guys okay? I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about holding up. I'm more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? Yes, I think I've seen you before. How embarrassing. I never thought we'd meet again like this. Wait a minute, she's the server from the French fry stand, right? What are your names? My name is Zoe. Aaron, just call me Aaron. Nope, they're totally different people, because the server was named Fee. I'm guessing they were two that I could have talked to had the game allowed me to do it. I'm not sure if they were ever at the dock, because I never got a chance to confirm that. Anyway, Zoe and Aaron. Feeling nauseous again? Ugh, I managed to hold it in. Did you want to ask us something? I have questions. No problem, we'll answer what we can. How'd you get kidnapped and taken into a hollow? For me, I know I was sightseeing at Port Elpis earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along a deserted road when I seemed to hit something, so I got out of the car to check. Just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can feel it. Let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of your head. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. Were we the only three rescued from the hollow? Did you see another woman? Just the three of you. I've got a few more. What happened to you two in the hollow? Do I really have to talk about it? If possible, I'd rather not relive it. I'll go first. After I woke up, I found someone tied up lying alone in a corner of the hollow with ethereals wandering nearby. If I didn't make an escape then and there, I'd be doomed. So I found something sharp and cut through the rope. After freeing myself, I was about to run when a bullet grazed the top of my head from above. That's when I realized someone had been watching me all along. The same thing happened to me. When I woke up, my limbs were tied and the ethereals were already closing in. Fortunately, the ropes weren't tied too tightly. I used a broken iron railing nearby and eventually managed to cut through them, but I barely ran a few steps when a bullet hit my left arm. I could only grit my teeth and run for my life. Ugh. If she keeps talking, she'll throw up again. That maniac shooting from the shadows seemed to take pleasure in watching our frantic attempts to escape. They could have just killed us right there, but they deliberately aimed each shot slightly off target, giving us just enough strength to keep running, keep struggling. Under the threat of ethereals chasing me and the sniper's fire, I don't know how long I ran. Eventually, I managed to reach an area where the ethereals were less active, but that maniac shot me with a tranquilizer and I passed out again. Same here, now I think about it, we may have both passed out at the same area. We must have both passed out in the same area. How are your injuries? Aside from the blunt force injury to the back of my head, I also had some minor abrasions and a slight dislocation in my shoulder. On top of that, I'm a bit dehydrated, so I have headaches now. Mine are worse. My left arm was hit solidly, taking off a small piece of flesh, and the same with my calf. Why am I walking through all this? Why am I going through all this? I'm really fed up. Take some time to calm down. Alright, anyway, thank you and your companion. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would leave us so easily. Why are we being targeted? I can't take this anymore. Blech. Poor things. Gentleman. Or gentleman. Thank goodness, I can't believe it. I'm still alive and out of the hollow. What's your name? Oh, me? I'm Jesse. I'm so grateful you were there to save me. When that maniac was chasing me and sniping at me, I really thought I was done for. I have questions. Go ahead and ask, although I really don't want to remember what just happened. You did save my life. How are you kidnapped? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I had just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in that hollow and my hands and feet were tied. What'd you experience? Although I was tied up in the hollow, luckily I always carry a folded knife with me. I tried to shake the knife out of my pocket and cut the ropes, hoping to escape, especially since the area was filled with ethereals. But suddenly someone shot at me from the shadows. I was so scared that I quickly dropped to the ground to dodge the bullets, but they immediately fired several more shots. I had no choice but to run for my life. The maniacs shooting at me, I felt like they never intended to kill me right away. Instead, they seemed to be having fun watching me panic. Every shot scratched me, but none of them were fatal. I just kept dodging the ethereals and the sniper, running for my life. In the end, I finally managed to hide in a place with fewer ethereals, but that maniac shot a tranquilizer into my thigh. I quickly passed out again. After that, I woke up for the second time to you all around me. How are your injuries? Feel dehydrated. Probably have at least 10 or so abrasions. Surprisingly, no major wounds. Seriously, what's up with the maniac? What did I ever do to them that made them go through so much trouble to set up a trap and kidnap me and throw me into a hollow to slowly execute me? Take time to calm down. Is that all you wanted to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all three of us would have been killed by that maniac. After a brief check on the three survivors, you share what you learned with Charon. She then calls the three over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the three of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
She purty.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it, though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
No, we didn't see another. No, we didn't.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day? What's that?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there. Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force? Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
Obsidian. The ones with the very hard combat quests.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But then, Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
Or wasn't he? He never mentioned anything.
You're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Yeah, it's like, if a killer's gonna be thorough in who he picks, and two out of the three are Defense Forces, it stands to reason, okay, why would he or she pick this guy?
Well, that's...
Okay, you were into... What were you part of?
I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget.
Are you sure?
I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impura Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
The 3 survivors exchanged confused glances before shaking their heads at Charon.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for. Male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Yeah, we never got a detailed description.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me.
You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person?
Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Return to random play with Charon. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, it seems the clues we gathered are still not enough. Our goal is to find the missing client, but right now we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator, though we have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. What if the killer and the client are the same person? It would explain why he scrubbed himself from the network, at least to me anyway, unless there's something else I'm not aware of. Any ideas, Charon? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should next find the client. Our clues have run dry. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. That the client, or murderer, set it up to be bait to lure out Charon, and apparently he's also gone on a full-on Squid Game fetish with the sniper rifle. But we still got something out of it. At least we now know some characteristics of the perpetrator. Sadistic sniper with a grudge against the Defense Force. They're meticulous in planning, avoid open confrontations, and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. Actually, maybe not the Squid Game antagonist. Maybe Kraven the Hunter. No, even Kraven the Hunter has a code of honor. With these characteristics and the hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they might have placed the kidnapped victims. That would take quite a lot of time. Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Charon seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you into silence. Just as you are about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. Someone's here, Wise. I think it's Shepard. He's at the counter. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us, Proxy. Let's talk to him first. You bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
Phaeton, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Cooperate with Charon and share only part of the info.
That's right. It seems the client was kidnapped, taken into the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for more clues. So, what made you rush over to the store?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock. There were no other messages. I think it's either it's the client who's kidnapped and he's sending Morse code, like how Rain did, or they're one and the same and he's baiting them.
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
Over a lack of leads, and now one convenience. Something about this feels off.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now, and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties, and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again. He turned to Charon, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else?
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
It's nothing. Why?
Don't mention it, but why keep secrets? From a practical standpoint, wouldn't calling for backup have been the safer move?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides, asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
I may have kept it from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's too dangerous. That location message seems cagey. It could be a trap to lure us in.
It's a trap.
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
they're still alive, could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Belle's gaze towards you seems to convey such a question. But then thinking about how you're also searching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand. Huh. Old teacher, eh?
I understand how anxious you must be right now. We can help you, but we really need to be careful this time.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
Invitation to kill. Proxy, if your senses are shared with the controlling brain moves, does that mean your pain is shared as well? Pain is shared as well. Then I won't let the perpetrator lay a single scratch on the bang move. If a fight brings out, stay behind me. Feel like the clues are picking at the moment are rather suspicious, Wise. Be careful. Ether and ice again, huh?
Awaiting further instruction.
Need something?
Need something? Good choice.
Ready and wait.
Ready for combat.
It's up.
Good day. Sokaku, ready!
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was left behind randomly.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Ah, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
That is a woman's voice.
Liar Squad? What's that? More importantly, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Grim Vulture seems a little too try-hard and edgy, don't you think?
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the Hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Charon suddenly dodges aside, raises her gun and fires, using her body to shield Eos. In the next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off in the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shots? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes. But you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this. But I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the Ethereals, of course. Oh, and I prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
Waiting.
Is there nothing we can do?
What's this?
Suppressing fire. Adjusting for wind.
Care package here.
Oh boy.
I'll take point.
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
Off about it, huh? This is a pretty interesting new area. Certainly different from all the train yards and construction sites and broken down ports. Rather creepy box giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling opening it would be asking for trouble. You glance at Karen beside you, who's fallen silent. Clearly she's having the same feeling. Right now she's hesitating about whether to open the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Karen, wait, don't open it. She opens up the box anyway. A blood-stained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Death. Don't touch what's in the box. She reaches out and picks up the military cap in the box, her fingers tracing its shape, her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. My sense of touch isn't deceiving me. This appears to be the outfit of my former teammate. That to be the outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving. Karen goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly while her grip grows stronger. Okay, the game just got...
You'll remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap, the one Styx always wore.
Styx, Karen, so her team had a very...
As to how he died? I'll tell you. He took his own life. Though it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals.
Oh boy. So, her squad mate was made up of...
Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in ether crystals. His core was almost fully formed.
So her and her squad were named after Greek underworld terms.
He didn't want to become an ethereal, so he raised the cannon he was oh so proud of, with just one last shell inside.
He's up there.
And just like that, obliterated both his core and his heart. Any thoughts on the way he kicked the bucket? Did you like it? Do you think I made the whole thing up? Or did it really happen?
Let's keep moving.
She's gonna still keep talking.
Shut up. don't
Still
know who
talking.
you are, but you'll pay for insulting him.
Wouldn't be surprised.
You want to kill me? Then come to my next surprise spot.
Wouldn't be surprised if other ones were named Hades or Cerberus or other stuff.
Fire support ready.
Look at me! This won't hurt. No. Hey! You wanna play with me?
Take the shot. Ether vision activate.
Let me try! Let me try! Here we go!
Supported. The target's weary.
Neat and tidy! What's this?
You're in my sight.
There's Hackers here!
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Leave it to me, Proxy. My eyes will take care of them.
Okay, so yeah, what didn't clue me in previously was the fog going away.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, that's what didn't clue me. Wait,
I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
is it me or did my health take a hit from doing that? Because that's what happened last time. Since when does shooting a gun drain me of health? Second box emanates an ominous aura. Unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Charon's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Charon, don't push yourself. Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They had been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Charon picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. Just as I thought, they're from one of my squad mates too. Just keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to Grim Vulture's hideout. I'm fine. Charon picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them. As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander, even her gloves are stylish.
Aww. She was pretty too? God damn it.
Such a pity. In the end, both her hands were missing. Oh, don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
Wow. Can we kill this bitch already?
Such beautiful hands, yet they could no longer hold a sword. Ethereals gnawed off her arms and part of her leg as well. But she still had some backbone. She stood tall, even in death. It's just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it? Now, do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
Ooh, good reaction. Hurry up then. I've got one final surprise location for you.
Again, kill her.
Yeah, increase.
I'm sure you figured out the route to get to me. That's right. The surprise is at the end of the road.
Adjusting for wind.
Let me try!
Quick shot.
It's no good surrendering. Gotta run. Get it!
Show no mercy.
Careful!
Yeah, target locked.
So tacky
Time to
here.
pin them down. Suppressing fire. Ether vision activate.
Incoming!
I'll pierce right through.
Ugh, I hate the freaking teleporting one.
Recalibrating.
Behave now. You're gonna get dizzy.
This is your requiem. Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill.
This won't hurt. Not in time. I can also become an Asura.
You're in my sights. Support in position.
Look at me. Behave now. Hey, you wanna play with me?
Pin them down.
Health would be nice right about now.
Adjusting for wind.
Bye-bye, suckers. Boom! Like
Oh, crap, another box. Ugh. Still a third box. You grab Charon's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box lid almost mechanically. Contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Charon picks them up, trembling fingers feeling their shape. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to. Until the communicator in our hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloody fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood.
I am surprised none of them are named Hades or Cerberus or anything of the sort.
There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Who do you think? I'd be pissed too if I was in her shoes. Charon's face turns deathly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics.
That's enough. Using her squadmates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear. Did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here. And those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades.
Wow.
Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
A surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you are about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Charon's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill, but from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
A decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were a little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
We both believe her squad is still alive. You can stop with the lies. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to serve in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Or does she?
Nothing to do with it. Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it.
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. To give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Uh-oh, she's losing it. Charon stands there speechless. Grim Vulture's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word and rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who enters the Hollows despite the condition of their eyes is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
Completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, step out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? Where did you... Still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that has escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. Okay, that was a bit of a gutsy one. I don't understand why it is that Trigger's health decreases when going into sniper mode. That was weird. It happened the first time and I thought something was off. Then it happened again and I'm like, wait, why is it doing that? Am I missing something? You escape from the Hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. But yeah, seriously, unless that rifle is connected to her freaking bloodstream or something, how does that cause her to lose health? I don't get it. She seems more traumatized than you imagine, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon? Do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened on the day the old capital fell with you and the Liar Squad?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
Unless they happen to have some kind of super ridiculously power ethereal resistance, I don't know.
The Defense Force, civilians, no one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates.
I wasn't sure which was more touching, the hand-holding or wiping the tears.
You don't need to make any justifications. Because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone, and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah, you can trust us to have your back. We're certain that Grim Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have a lead, there's still hope, and we'll be your support. Your will and determination shouldn't be dismissed. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side, and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward, and just then the phone rings.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Whoa.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
Official commencement of Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Karen spent the night at the store. The next morning, yeah, we weren't properly inducted into Scott Outpost until, well, current time. So it wouldn't make sense for Wise and Bell to show up there just yet, since this is taking place before the events of the main game. We'll be heading to the outpost with Charon soon. Okay, so they have been there. It's just back then it was as mere guests. Did you rest well last night? To be honest, I didn't sleep much. Me too. Thoughts of the past kept me up, especially those related to Charon, and I didn't manage to fall asleep until late. Anyway, Charon's already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Wise, please take good care of her when the time comes. Leave it to me. Good morning, Proxy. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I did. Sorry, Proxy, for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. Think I've gotten my mood back in order. Seems I can't hide it from you, Proxy. I'm sorry. I think I'm still struggling to process the sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Let's find a way forward together. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to go find clues. Okay, so why is it and going to Scott Outpost does make sense on a civilian side, because this was before he's invited specifically to go there as an operative, or at the very least a contractor. Excuse me, investigator, but contractors, you know, like same thing, because he's not technically part of them. He's just outside help that they've hired out of desperation. You'll arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Charon has been acting a bit strange. Kara, Proxy, can we explore this place later? What's wrong? Nothing. Alright, I'll say it. Seems that there are some familiar faces here. Wouldn't it be nice to meet them? I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. You'll have to face them sooner or later, won't you? Try reaching out to them. I know, but I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. I'll go and talk to them. Proxy, you don't have to say anything. Just stay by my side and give me courage to speak. Ethereal generator right here. Widowed man. He looks drunk out of his mind. Alan. Are you Alan, our Charon's brother? How'd you know? Who are you? Wait, your eye cover. You're Charon's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. I never expected to meet you here. This plushie? It's Charon's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here as if remembering my sister's shadow bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. Aw, I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. No need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I'd ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Aww. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for Remembrance Day event. Please take your time. Roland, he's here. Never forget Scott Outpost was established. Never forget the sacrifices made. Hollow Zero may be under control now, but that doesn't mean it won't expand further in the future. On this special Remembrance Day, we must remain vigilant against another disaster. Is that understood? Understood! Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Couldn't help it. Sally and Zeta. Wait a moment, that eye cover, that blonde hair, could you be my husband's Styx's teammate? Styx, are you Mrs. Sally Styx's wife? Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old Capitol. I never expected to see you again here today. Your daughter, is this your daughter Zeta? Mom, who is she? Zeta, this is your dad's comrade from Defense Force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. To protect him, comrade? Is that so? Why didn't you protect my dad? If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old Capitol? Why'd you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Zeta. I'm sorry. I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zeta's saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. Zeta, you can't say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back safely. Why, you little... Enough. You don't know what happened back then. Mrs. Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. Really sorry. Please don't let us keep you. Go and explore Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want you to see the hope they left behind. Aww. Yeah, she's... Sorry, was talking to Dad for a moment. Okay. Yeah, she hasn't gotten over it, nor... I don't think anyone can get over that. But yeah, that was bad form. Understandable, yes, but bad form. Ethel. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me, are you Cocytus's mother, Ethel? Oh, you are? Oh, I recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old city. You're Cocytus's teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. Didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, is your health still... I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine, although I'm the only one left in the family. The pension from the government is enough, and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry, Cocytus. Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day, he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you, someone who helped my son? It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today, and I'm so glad. Mrs. Ethel, Child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. Hope you find something meaningful. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Liar Squad members are here for Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder the question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm
sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you with a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. how your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So, it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Nathan. So he might be the missing client that we've been chasing the whole time.
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
She doesn't know?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the Defense Force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Charon stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seems someone had stepped onto the podium, and the citizens all gathered on the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. Looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned, Proxy. Could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? Yes. This is Nathan. Why do I have the feeling he's the missing contact we've been chasing, or he's the dude that's been harassing us with that voice changer.
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron around. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause, yet amidst the clap she drops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura. Wait a minute. Did I just thought of something? Is it just me, or did her voice have a very similar tone on the radio chatter? And now they're saying she's looking at Charon strangely. Are they trying to imply Zoe is the killer?
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more.
Because now I'm hearing the voice with my full attention. It's like, wait a minute. That has to be who it is.
The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Ugh, she's very bitter over it.
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Charon looks thoughtfully in the direction she just appeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
She's our killer.
Her demeanor and what she said earlier. Something was clearly off. I have a bad feeling.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
And just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on the screen as you answer the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scott Outpost, he swallows back the words and clears his throat instead.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay by your side to the end.
Charon doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it as if she's trying to decide. And in the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
You leave Remembrance Day event with Charon and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. Showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind? To be honest, there isn't a viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we still have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Wouldn't that mean we'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser, but I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. Not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we could turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. That will be the only instant she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle, despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you as my companion to support me. Good. You have to do the same then. Yes, I will. I will protect you, so please also provide me with your guidance. Piercing rain. Okay. So, we're at the final stretch of Trigger's storyline, but I also need to go pick up dinner. So I'm gonna have to cut it short and come back. I'm very tempted. I can't tell you how tempted I am to try and pull for Shu. So tempted to pull for Shu, but I don't know if I should. Well, I'm gonna end part 52 right here, and then when I come back, we'll do the rest of it, and as well as the rest of the bonus missions that are left over from that. And since it's a sniper duel, I don't know if it's going to be quick or long or whatever. Especially since, I'm kind of used to the old Call of Duty games where they would put you in sniper duels in at least 2 of the games, and those would go a little lengthy. So I'm gonna stop it here, and when I come back with 53, we will finish the Trigger stuff. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go make a food run and be back hopefully within the next hour or so. So that'll do it for here. Be back later.